Welcome everyone to this new episode of the Privacy Rules Meet the Member podcast. Today, I'm glad to introduce you to our new African member, that is Léon Patrice SARR from the law firm LPS Law from Senegal. Léon Patrice is the founder of the firm, and he is an expert specialized in the IT sector and everything related to the use of technologies and data, and also cybersecurity and cryptography. Léon Patrice, I'm glad to speak with you, and anything else that you would like to add about yourself and your firm?
Yes, thanks a lot. It's a pleasure being with you this morning, and I'm saying hi to all the members and all the person who's gonna watch this podcast. And as you said, I am Léon Patrice SARR from LPS Law. We're based in Senegal, and we are a very young law firm, but very dynamic. The firm has been founded in 2014, and we cover all the OHADA countries. I mean the 17 OHADA countries from Benin to Togo. In our firm, we have 4 departments. We have litigation, arbitrator, and ADR. We have energy and natural resources. We have international information technology and intellectual property. And so, yes, I listed the 4 departments we have, and I'm the managing partner, and I'm the head of information technology and intellectual property. And our firm is recommended by Legal 500, by IFLR 1000, and myself, I'm recognized by chambers and partners. And we have many commissions in Senegal, like Acquisition International, who said last year that we are the most innovative law firm in Senegal because we use a lot of technology to render services to our customers.
Okay, and that's a great news for Privacy Rules too. I mean, it's good to have firms that deals with technologies almost every day in their everyday practice. So it's important and great for us.
It's our practice, and as well, it's our means of rendering services to our client, because we have a platform we link client to, and in that platform, clients have possibility to interact with us, and they receive everything we upload, they receive every notification instantly. As soon as we make a change, they receive it, and they are aware of the development of their case.
Okay, Patrice. And speaking about your experience in the sector, I would like to use the time that we have today to discuss about the use of technologies in Senegal and the data protection regime there. So I would like to start discussing with you about which is a general overview of the regulation in Senegal and how things are going there in relation to the data protection framework.
Okay, in Senegal, we have a data protection regulation since 2008, exactly 25 of January 2008. The Senegalese authorities passed a law on data protection. At the same moment, the Senegalese authorities passed as well another law on cybercrime. That law contains the offenses related to data protection. In addition to that, we have as well a decree of related to the application of the data protection law. So basically, those are the main regulations. But in 2016, yes, the Senegalese authorities made some changes on the cybercrime law. The Senegalese authority decided to insert into the penal code, the criminal code, provisions related to the offenses concerning data protection. That's the reason why now we don't have a specific law on cybercrime as we had in 2008. Those provisions are now inserted into the criminal code. That's why mainly we have today the criminal code for the criminal offenses, we have the data protection law, and we have the decree. Those are the main text, the main laws related to the data protection. Related to data protection in Senegal. In addition to that, we have some deliberations and decisions issued by the Data Protection Authority on specific issues like CCTV. We have a specific guideline issued by the Data Protection Authority on the security measures as well. We have a specific guide issued by the Data Protection Authority as well. Sometimes people go complain to the Data Protection Authority, and when dealing with those complaints, the Data Protection Authority gives as well some guidelines or some highlights on how the rules should be understood, and it's a way to complete and to clarify the regulation.
Okay. And
basically, that's what we have in Senegal right now.
Okay. And in relation to that, and these complaints that that you and people face every day, I would like to know a bit which are the main challenges related to data privacy that also you in your everyday practice face in Senegal.
The main challenges are related to videos on WhatsApp, recordings on WhatsApp, on Facebook, and sometimes, let's say, sexual videos as well on internet. Because there is a very popular website called Senegal. Someone is behind and that guy is unknown. What he does, he collects videos people are supposed to send privately, and he puts them on internet. And that's the main issue right now we are facing. Dealing with private exchanges, video exchanges, or private messages, voice messages, which was supposed to be private, but finally they are sent publicly. That's the reason why when amending the criminal code, the parliament created two new offenses, let's say one new offenses. The offenses is called violations of privacy. And in that article, it is forbidden to record someone without his consent. When I say record, it's video recording or voice recording without his consent. To avoid people collecting, recording videos and sharing them by WhatsApp or by Facebook, by Messenger, and finally that video, supposed to be private, becomes public.
Okay, so
that's the main challenge we are having right now.
I understand. So the Data Protection Authority and your authorities are already trying to propose new rules to fight this kind of problem, and I think this is something pretty recent. I can
something really recent. Before, people were not aware of even that the regulation. That's right. That's, let's say, 2-3 years ago that the Data Protection Authority is trying to popularize the regulation.
Okay.
And when trying to popularize the regulation with WhatsApp, with Facebook, with Messenger, people now can share information instantly and very easily. Using the phones as well, people can record you without your consent. Sometimes you even don't know that you are recorded. Sometimes you record something you send to someone, but the conversation is hacked and someone gets it, and it's just sent to everybody.
Okay.
And those challenges are very recent because everybody has access to a smartphone, everybody has access to very good internet connection, everybody has WhatsApp, Messenger. It's easy to share and to send everything.
Of course.
That's why now data protection is becoming a huge issue in Senegal.
Okay, and so you have, thanks to your practice and your experience, do you have any advice on which is the best way to address this kind of problem, on how people can protect themselves from these situations?
Yes, how to protect some kind of videos, you don't have to record them and share them. When it is related to your intimity, you have to be very, very careful. And what you can do as well, if by and luckily you are a victim of those kind of things, well, the only thing you can do is to contact the Data Protection Authority, and the Data Protection Authority is linked as well to Google and to Facebook. They have connections so that they can help you delete the videos on the messages, on the things you don't want to be on internet anymore. But the best practice is to avoid sending sensitive messages using WhatsApp, Messenger, or Facebook, or those new means of communication.
Of course, of course. So prevention is probably the best way to avoid certain things. And it's interesting to see that in Senegal you are raising as practical issues and challenging something that is more related to people, to everyday life, more than just companies' problems and that kind of specific situation. Is there anything else that you think that it's interesting about Senegal challenges and issues?
Yes, concerning companies, most of the time the issues are related to CCTV on workplaces and how they can access private professional emails. Let's say surveillance on workplaces. That's the main issue employers are facing here in Senegal. Why? Because most of the time they don't know that there is a specific regulation related to employee surveillance in Senegal. Sometimes they wanna just run a CCTV without knowing that there is a specific regulation. Okay. Now, what is done is that when the data protection is aware that in some place an employee is running a surveillance system without complying with what law says, the data protection immediately contacts the employer and sends him a warning asking him to be in compliance with what law says. And most of the time it works. And now people are, employers are aware that they have to be in touch with the Data Protection Authority. And the Data Protection Authority is helping, assisting them to fill the forms, to tell them about what law says, to help them be in compliance with Senegalese regulation. Okay. Sometimes employers as well are not aware that even to have database of the employees, they need to liaise with the data protection. That's why as well the data protection goes and contacts the companies and asks them to come declare the database of the employees. I mean, all the data, personal data they are managing, they are processing. They ask them come make the declarations or ask for the required authorization, and that's what the Data Protection Authority is doing right now.
And is there in your regulation, in your laws, as a position that is somehow similar to the one of the data protection officer, someone that that has the role of taking care of all those things?
The first contact is the Data Protection Authority. That's the first contact, who has a power to investigate, who has a power to impose fines as well, who can even in sometimes block a data processing in some conditions. If the data protection notes that there are criminal offenses, the case is escalated to the prosecutor, who has the possibility to prosecute the employee or the individual, I mean the person responsible of the violation. And it's even possible to be, you can be sent to jail. In some cases, we have people sent to jail for data protection.
Okay, but yeah, my question was this: if the company has to appoint someone to take a role of supervision of the use of data, or is just the company directly liable and deals directly with these kind of activities?
let's say first, there is no provision saying that you must have a data protection officer in the office, in the company. There is no provision related to that. What law says, you have to indicate the person or the department where the exercise rights can be exercised. The access rights can be exercised. That's the only obligation on charge on the data processor. That's the only obligation. Now, in case you appoint a data officer, it means the data officer is your employee. In case something wrong happens, the company is still liable of what the data officer did, and the company can after that start legal actions against the data officer. Yeah, it's something logical, but primarily it's the employer or the company who is liable.
Okay, that's really interesting. And just one last question, because we are running out of our time. So is there any kind of advice that you would like to give to people interested to having business or that already have businesses in Senegal?
Yeah, my first advice is to be aware that we have very good regulations in general in Senegal, not only related to data protection. On everything we'll find a law, on companies, on commercial activities, on every single sector you will find a regulation. And be aware that when you come to invest in Senegal, you must know that there is a data protection law, there is a data protection authority, and that they may be after you in case you are in violation of the data protection regulation. And you be aware as well that you have possibilities to invest in Senegal, because Senegal is a very open country to investments, and Senegal is getting every year a better position in doing business report because of all the reforms the state are doing on company law, on justice, on all the required things you need to come and invest safely and make profit in the country. Let me just give you a law, the case of OHADA. Senegal is member of OHADA, and we have a company law, Uniform Act, saying that if you want to invest in Senegal, the type of company you have abroad, you have in Europe or you have in the US, you can find companies, they are quite similar to those type of company. And the incorporation is quite easy. It says that in 48 hours you can incorporate a company in Senegal. It's not that true. It will take you a little bit more than 48 hours, but you can easily incorporate a company in Senegal. And you are not required to have between the shareholders a Senegalese member. The shareholder can be someone from another country. The managers as well, you are not required to have Senegalese person in your management. The manager can be as well a foreigner. So it's very easy to make to invest in Senegal, and once you make profit, it's easy as well to send back your profits, because the regulations is done in a way that exchange control allow you expatriate your profits, provided that you pay all the required taxes here in Senegal.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Léon Patrice, for your time, for this very interesting discussion that we had today. It's been a great pleasure speaking with you. And I really want to thank all our listeners, and of course they can follow us on our social media and on our website at privacyrules.com, and they can find all our podcasts and webinars on our YouTube page. So I thank you again, and bye everyone.